How's it going, everybody? This is Darrin with guitarcontrol.com bringing this video lesson, and today I've got 3 fun and easy licks for you in the style of Billy Gibbons. So right now Guitar Control is giving away this really awesome daily practice routine to improve your lead guitar chops. This was put together by our very own Silvio Gazquez, a 2-time Guitar Idol finalist. This routine covers the 4 main concepts that are necessary for lead guitar: alternate picking, legato, sweep picking, and tapping. All the tabs and exercises are all included in this free ebook. There's a link in the description where you can get yours. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look at these. Alright, so this first one here is the beginning of the solo on Lagrange. So we're going to start off here on the 12th fret of the B string. And this is all based out of B minor pentatonic. So we're going to bend this a full step. So it was some vibrato on it, and this takes care of all of the first beat. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the second measure, we've got, it's completely made up of 8th note triplets. So we've got 4 sections, 4 little snippets of 3 notes. So let's break it down that way because it makes it easier to play. So we're going to start off on the 9th fret of the high E. We're going to go 9 to the 12th fret of the B string and then to the 9th fret. So that's like 1 yell low. Then starting on beat number 2, we're going to go back to 12. So you want to keep your first finger here on the 9th fret of the B string. We're going to go back to 12 and we're going to pick that and pull to 9. And then go to the 11th fret of the G string. So it's like 1 yell low, 2 yell low. Then starting on beat 3, and this is where it gets a little bit kind of tricky, but this is a great example of that rolling finger technique that we've looked at lots of times. So starting on beat 3, we're going to go back to the 9th fret on the B string. So instead of coming all the way up and grabbing it with the tip of my finger like that, I'm actually going to grab it more on the pad part. So that way I can roll my finger because the next note is on the 9th fret of the G string. So yeah. And then from there to the 11th fret on the D string. So that's like 3L low. Then, starting on beat 4, we're on the 11th fret of the G string. So we're just going to roll our 3rd finger up to pick up that 11. Then to the 9th fret on the G string, and then back to the 11th fret on the D string. That right there I think is a really cool section, and there's all kinds of really great ideas in there that you could implement into your playing. Alright, so we hit that, and that's on the very end of 4, and then it's tied, it takes care of, it's tied to a 16th note, the first 16th note of beat 1 of measure 3. So after then we hit it again. So we're hitting this again actually on the second 16th note of beat number 1, but it's a dotted quarter note. So this is like really weird to count, but you let that ring. Then we're going to go to the 9th fret on the A string, and we're going to pick that and hammer to 11, and this is a triplet again. So 9, hammer to 11, and then 9 on the D string. Then we're going to go back to the 11th fret on the A string and slide to 9, and then 7. So, and then finally ending on the 11th fret of the D string. And that's another whole note just rings out with some vibrato. Alright, and then the next one we're going to look at here, I believe this is from Out of Under Pressure, but don't quote me on that. I can't remember for sure. But anyway, this one is using some dyads where we're going to have to skip strings. So this is like a really commonly used thing in the blues and country. Lots of guys do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off. We're going to start on the 7th fret of the D string, and we're going to slide to 9. But we're going to treat it like a slide from nowhere. So instead of so you pick and slide simultaneous. So we're gonna to 9. Then I'm gonna put while that's still ringing, I'm gonna put my first finger down here onto the 8th fret of the B string, and I'm gonna use I'm just holding the pick with my thumb and my first finger, and I'm gonna use my middle finger to pluck that B string. So hybrid picking. So it's like 1, 2, 3, and then on the and of 4, we're going to come down here to the 5th fret of the D string, and we're going to pick that on the and of 4 and slide to 7. And then with our 3rd finger, we're going to grab the 7th fret of the B string and pluck it. So it's the same timing. We got. Okay. Then this is where it changes and gets a little bit trickier. This is one too that it wouldn't be as easy to like move it around into a different key because it does use some open strings. I'm not saying it's not possible, but anytime you have open string, you have to sometimes the changes you have to do to be able to play it become really difficult or impossible, depending upon what it is. But here, what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to the B string. I'm going to pick this, and this is on the downbeat of 4. And then on the and of 4, we're going to go to the 3rd fret, and we're going to do a half step bend. So 4 and then that is tied to the downbeat of 1 of the 3rd measure. And then on the and of 1, we hit the open high E string. And again, I'm doing the hybrid picking. Okay, so after we hit that open E string, and again we're hitting that on the and of 1, but since it's a quarter note, it's taking care of the and of 1 plus the downbeat of 2. And then on the and of 2, I come up here to the 5th fret of the B string and let that ring with some vibrato, and that takes care of the rest of the measure. Then on the last measure, we're going to come back down here to the 3rd fret. So that's on the downbeat of 1. And then we're going to go to the 2nd fret of the G string, and we're going to bend that a half step and release it. Follow that with the open string. The open G string. Then we're going to do another slide, like a slide from nowhere like we did earlier. We're going to start here on the 2nd fret of the G string and slide to 4. So again, we want like a one motion. So pick, slide together to the 4th fret, and then finally ending on the 2nd fret of the D string. And that's a half note, so it takes care of the rest of that measure with some vibrato. Alright, and then the last one here, this is arguably one of Gibbons' most famous lick ideas, riff ideas. Again, we're going to be doing that same thing we're skipping strings and we're doing the hybrid picking. So this one here, we're going to start off, you're going to put your 3rd finger onto the 10th fret of the B string, and then your 2nd finger onto the 10th fret of the A string. And we're going to pick A and then the B string. So we pick that. I'm using my pick on the A string and my middle finger to pluck the B string. So we hit that. Now, this is like a strange grouping of notes here. We've got quarter notes, but they're a tuplet. So we're actually playing 6 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we just want this. Like 1 and 2 and 3 and like that, if you wanted to think of it like that. So that's our first measure. And then for the second measure, our third finger just stays here on the 10th fret of the B string, but the note on the A string is going to move down a half step. So we're just going to move that down chromatically. So we're going to go from the 10th fret to the 9th fret. So I'm going to switch and use my first finger, and it's the same timing picking. And then we're going to move that note on the A string down to the 8th fret, same thing. So we've got... And then on the last measure, we're going to hit the A string open twice, 1 and... Then we're going to go to the 3rd fret, and we're going to slide to the 4th fret, and this is quick. And then end on the 2nd fret of the G string. So the whole sequence. Alright, so there you have it. 3 fun, not too terribly difficult licks to play in the style of Billy Gibbons. So if you like this lesson, be sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about this or other guitar-related topics. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we upload throughout the week. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching and have a great day.